Welcome, you're watching Cruise1st TV, the ultimate destination for the most exciting cruise experiences. I'm Derek, hello, and this is Jo.
Hello.
And we are thrilled to have your company for the next 30 minutes as we embark on a journey showcasing an array of incredible no-fly cruise deals departing from various regional ports around the UK.
That's right. Get ready to be amazed by 4 fantastic offers featuring irresistible low deposits, free onboard spending money, and even the chance to enjoy half-price drinks on one of these spectacular voyages.
Lovely.
And trust us, folks, the lineup we have for you is nothing short of extraordinary. Now, later, imagine yourself on a luxurious Spain and Portugal cruise departing from Southampton with Celebrity Cruises.
Fabulous.
Oh, and here's the twist. You'll be sailing on the cutting edge of cruise ships for the first time out of British waters.
Ooh, interesting. We'll also whisk you away on an epic Iceland and Ireland cruise, departing from Dover. The White Cliffs, bringing you all the fun of Carnival Cruise Line without an airplane in sight as well. But wait, there's more. Brace yourselves for a breathtaking voyage along the stunning Amalfi coast of Italy, departing from Liverpool with good old Fred Olsen. Classic cruising, beautiful. Chance to discover the scenic wonders like never before.
Sounds wonderful. That's all on the way, but first let's kickstart the adventure with a thrilling journey taking in Iceland's land of ice and fire. A cruise departing from Liverpool, and guess what, folks? This one's with the new kid on the block when it comes to cruising, Ambassador Cruise Line. And they're going to be offering a premium value cruising experience that will sweep you off your feet. This 11-night escape begins on the 4th of July, so it's a great sort of preschool holiday getaway in the summer. And you'll get yourself to the wonderful port of Liverpool to embark the Ambition. So great for anybody living in the north of England, even Scotland and the Midlands. Perfect.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
just stroll up there, right?
Yeah,
And
lovely.
no flying involved at all.
Ambassador as well, fantastic. A fairly recent addition to the cruising world, and they are wonderful. They are slightly smaller ships. This is slightly more sort of classic style cruising, and this is all about the experience on board. I'm lucky enough, good friend of mine, Robin, actually works on these ships, actually is a guest lecturer, goes on and talks about Cuba and Havana and his world in radio and interviewing celebrities and all the rest of it. So he's been on board these ships, so I've actually had the inside scoop, and he says, you know what, these are about what happens on board. Amazing ships, very comfortable, very nice, but this is all about the service and the experience on board as well, and journeying and discovery. Yeah,
it's stylish and also environmentally friendly ships. You know, the whole idea of this is premium value with a smaller amount of cruise passengers, so you're going to get that really, really fine attention to detail when it comes to your service on board. And as you mentioned, obviously with your friend that does the guest lectures, that is a real firm feature of Ambassador Cruise Lines, is that you're going to get, you know, a sublime amount of enrichment included in your cruise fare.
Oh, it's brilliant.
It's not just what you'd imagine, which is the guest lecturers, but you also have a whole area which is literally dedicated to crafting on board.
Yeah, they do. I mean, crafting and learning new skills, watercolour painting, it could be crafting, lots and lots of different things are very much part of the offering as well. So you come back not only having a great holiday, but maybe having a new skill or a new interest as well. He said the entertainment as well from the team on board is extraordinary. They're so talented.
And you'll also, of course, have fine dining to the absolute hilt with your choice of cuisine. Now, we are going to be cruising out of Liverpool and we're heading over to fabulous Belfast, where you can visit the Titanic exhibit and museum, or take perhaps an excursion to visit Game of Thrones filming locations. Speak to your team on board. Next up, we're into beautiful Isle of Lewis, the Outer Hebrides in Scotland, which has been inhabited for over 6,000 years. Incredible history there. Next, we're over into Iceland. Say this further. Now, this is the innermost fjord of Iceland. You have lovely wildlife and scenery at your fingertips. Akureyri's next, and this is known for its incredible waterfalls and thousands of years of volcanic activity. Again, tours will show you the best of these places. Isafjordur, launching point to see the northwest Icelandic landscapes and glaciers as well. Next up, we're into Grandafjordur. Now, this is one of the oldest settlements on the island, and you, of course, the best way to see this, if you can, take a helicopter over the glacier. Reykjavik's up next, the capital, where you can take a Golden Circle tour and Blue Lagoon. That's one of the features that are popular in these ports. A couple of days at sea will see us back into Liverpool, where you just stroll off the ship. I love that. You might want to be, shopping for local artefacts. You could even buy yourself a huge totem pole, who knows, and you just walk off the ship. So easy.
That's very true. That's very true. I wonder what kind of weird and wonderful knickknacks you can bring back from Iceland. Who only knows? I bet there's a Toblerone that comes back with you, though. Absolutely. Wherever you go in the world, there's always a Toblerone comes back with you. I bet you can buy one on board as well. This is really, really handy for us and our team as well, actually, because we're based in the northwest of England. Maybe you are as well. Maybe you are pretty much in the middle of the country, sort of Midlands, Wales, northwest, northeast, Cumbria Lake District, Yorkshire. Brilliant to get over to Liverpool, nice and easy. And then you've got this fabulous intimate cruising. Remember, it's no fly to and from Liverpool. And you are cruising on the Ambassador Ambition, and she's the newest addition to their fleet, cruising to Stornoway and then on to Iceland, including the capital Reykjavik as well. You're going to have a great time on this cruise. Gosh! Wow, how many nights? 11 nights. I've just seen the price tag, and I think you need to as well. Look at this. This is going to push every coach holiday that you've been looking at recently to one side, because this is going to be an amazing cruise. And you know what? There is so much included. I've nothing against coach holidays, by the way. No offence to anybody. But rather than sitting down with a square backside for day after day after day after day, you can be walking around enjoying all the fabulous scenery, all the wonderful dining and activities and entertainment there are on board the ship. Now, if you want to book this right now for next July, all we're asking right now today is a 10% deposit. So that would be what? £87 or so. Brilliant. And we're going to give you some onboard spend back. How about £50 per person if you book with us right now? £50 per person onboard credit for you to spend as you want to while you are on board. How good is that? I get that booked nice and quickly. Let's have a look at the details then for this one. Really nice offering. You can see this is a relatively new cruise line to the UK. It is a UK cruise line as well, and that is an invitation and a half to come and try them for the first time, don't you think? First of all, to put a deposit down as low as 10%, so as little as £87 deposit per person. And if you cruise with us and book it right now, we'll give you £50 per person onboard spending money. How good is that? And it's a lovely itinerary as well. 4th of July should be wonderful, wonderful clement weather as well. I mean, listen, I can't guarantee the weather for you, but it should be absolutely wonderful at that time of the year. You incredibly lucky people. I'd be very quick to book that though, because that will book up very, very quickly. Remember, there are only 1,200 passengers on board, so the quicker you get booked on that one, the better it is. 0800 953 4700. What a way to kick off the show.
And a great price.
I know,
I can't believe how good that is.
We might do it yet.
Yes, and so easy, like you were saying. Well, next, we've got celebrity cruises, and this is very exciting because the first time we've had an Edge-class ship based in the UK for a whole season.
Incredible.
Yeah, so we're going to be heading to Spain and Portugal from Southampton for 7 nights in luxury, as you of course know, celebrity always denotes, leaving on the 27th of July, so snap bang in the middle of summer when you'll get yourself to the port of Southampton and embark the fabulous celebrity Apex. Now,
lovely.
She's the second Edge-class ship to have been launched. She was launched in 2020, and these are incredible, incredible ships. We were fortunate to go on the Beyond a couple of years ago, last year, yeah, and you've been on the Edge as well, haven't you, Derek?
Yeah, I have.
So these ships, the design, living on the edge.
I live on the edge.
The design of these ships is impeccable. I love the flow and energy, that the dynamism of the way that they're actually created, and look at the Grand Plaza.
Oh yeah, and that's where it all happens of an evening. And actually during the day it's pretty buzzing as well, because just above on one of those levels there is Cafe El Baccio, where everyone's having the most beautiful coffees and cakes during the day. There's the magic carpet as well, which gives you an excellent view as to where you are going. You love the restaurants as well. Main dining.
Oh, yes.
I tell you what, how lickety split is that? Every single night of your cruise, main dining included. There are specialty dining restaurants if you want to treat yourself as well, and they are well worth treating yourself to. But if you only ever use the main dining restaurants, or indeed, you know, the buffet on there, which is far from a buffet, it's far bigger and bolder than a buffet could ever be.
Everything you could imagine.
You'll love it.
Yeah, exactly. You've got Italian, you've got French, you've got Japanese, you've got Chinese, you've got Indian. So many different cuisines up there, even just in the buffet. And your breakfast, oh, don't even get me started on those. Pancake station, eggs Benedict station, waffles, cereal, fruit, you name it, it's amazing. Now, the spaces on Celebrity, I mean, they've actually designed these ships with a lot more outdoor space. You've got real plants, you've got lovely sculpture, and then the club. This is really fun if you like your game shows, if you like sort of partying into the night, that's all possible. You can even do archery on board, that's fun, isn't it? Now, the theatre, the shows you'll see on Celebrity are next level to anything you've seen at sea before, with the most incredible installations and digital displays. Now, we are cruising out of Southampton, and a day at sea sees us into fabulous Vigo, Spain, where you can take a full day tour to Santiago de Compostela, or perhaps the Albarino Trails with private wine tour. Again, speak to the team on board. They'll have some great suggestions. Lisbon, Portugal beckons us next, and this is the capital, of course. Sightseeing around Lisbon by tram or Segway is a must, in my opinion. Fun way to do it. Next up, we're into fabulous Porto in Portugal, where you can take a wine tour and learn about, of course, the famous port from this region, or perhaps head to the Palace of Bolsa there. Next, it's La Coruña, and a walk through the old town is a lovely way to become acquainted with this port. Perhaps you want to do a culinary tour, learn about the gastronomy. A day at sea sees us back into Southampton. Well, that was easy, wasn't it? Not only are you on one of the newest, most exciting and innovative ships at sea, but you can do it all from Southampton.
Yeah, amazing. Really, really nice. I just had visions of myself trying to segue around Lisbon. I'm thinking of how many cobbles are there. I've been there before. It's not particularly flat. So
you have the
have to
guide.
be quite brave, I think, to do that. But if you do, let me know. Right, OK, this is for July of next year then. Nice, easy one, this one. 7 nights of cruising, Celebrity Apex, in and out of Southampton to Spain and Portugal, which is brilliant. And if you book this within the next few weeks, we can also give you up to $200 to spend on board. How good is that? But you do need to have booked that by the 22nd of August to get the extra spending money on board. Here is your price tag, because it is jolly good. Very, very good indeed. You can put a deposit down as well, just £150 each. Now, the advantage of doing that right now and just doing a low deposit is that we've got the onboard spend up until the 22nd of August, up to $200 to spend on board. So there's your extra incentive to book this nice and early. I have to say that the summer cruises, and this is across all the cruise lines as well, by the way, the summer cruises for next year are already booking up so quickly, you would not believe that a lot of the cruise lines are now booking well into 2025, because things are moving much faster than they would normally have done. It makes sense because we had the big pause in travel, so now people are actually putting all their plans in place as soon as they possibly can. Let's have a look at the upgrades on board then. If you want to upgrade up to ocean view, up to balcony, or that incredible retreat class suite, and retreat class with Celebrity is a whole new world. I'm just going to say it's the equivalent of turning left and some. So if you want more details of that, then speak to our team on 0800 953 4700 on that one. What a nice little getaway that is as well, down to Spain and Portugal, and a good time of year to do it as well, because, you know, we thought we could rely on the good weather in June and July here in the UK, and then what happened? Flipping jet stream, honestly, bowing the wrong way. Anyway, listen, we could be sunbathing on Christmas Day this year, who knows? Anyway, if you want to know more about that offer, then please do get onto the phone lines as quickly as you possibly can. 0800 953 4700.
Well, The turn of Carnival Cruise Line now, and a super rare to see opportunity to see Carnival based in the UK. We never see that.
Very true.
This is no fly again. It's Iceland and Ireland from Dover for 12 nights on the 16th of June. Now you're going to embark the Carnival Legend in Dover for your 12-night fun cruise with a capital F. It's the fun ships, and not just fun by name, fun by nature. Like these are, I always say with Carnival, it's not contrived fun. It is just good old wholehearted, raucous, let's have a great time and enjoy ourselves. You know, whether it comes to game shows or, you know, doing the conga around deck. And I know you said when you got on board, you went and did the conga.
And I am not a conga kind of person in general, unless it's, you know, quite late into the evening, and I might have enjoyed one or two responsibly. But I think this was the middle of the day or something. It was brilliant. Honestly, your cruise will just be one big smile on board. I love where this itinerary is taking us to as well, because we're going up to Iceland on this one, which will be super, super exciting. You're nipping over to Ireland as well, both Northern and the Republic as well, which will be really nice, calling in at Belfast and in Dublin. So this is going to be spectacular. And again, talking about regional cruising, this is cruising out of Dover. So, of course, it's the great south of England. So if you live anywhere across that swathe of the south, Surrey, Sussex, Hampshire, Kent, London, you know what, this is going to be perfect just to get you down to Dover. Yeah, the motorways are brilliant in general once you've got off the M25. Get yourself down to Dover, and it is again a nice easy breezy check-in, and you get to wave goodbye to the White Cliffs.
Yeah, I mean, we can't wait for you to enjoy this adventure, and we're going to show you just why this is going to be an amazing value. So a couple of days at sea sees us into Seyðis further. Now this is the innermost fjord that you will see in this part of the world. Wildlife and scenery. You can even go on a cave exploration there. Akureyri is next, where you can go to the hot springs on a tour with Godafoss waterfall, one of the most popular tours in this region. To see a lot. Next up, we're into Grandafjordur. Now, this is one of the oldest settlements on Iceland, and it's a real kind of rich volcanic landscape, Iceland. So expect to see lots of geothermal activity. Reykjavik, great point there is the Blue Lagoon and the geothermal field. Loved the Blue Lagoon, so much fun. Next up, we are in to fabulous Heimey, which is Iceland's Westman Isle. This is really interesting because you'll learn about the volcano that destroyed half the town in the 70s. Belfast up next for a nice coastal drive perhaps, or just a stroll downtown. Very friendly city, Belfast. We're into amazing Dublin Island next, and you can actually see Mr. P there in the fabulous Guinness Storehouse. That's a must to go and do while you're in Ireland.
Is that your picture then?
Yes.
Like a digital picture?
How clever is that?
Put onto the foam of a Guinness?
I've never seen anything like it. They're so advanced there now. And of course, it's a famous city for so many other reasons. What a great itinerary. Iceland and also fabulous Ireland, north and south, in one itinerary. And you're going on Carnival. Can you imagine the sail-ins and sail-outs when you're seeing those incredibly sort of jaw-dropping landscapes?
So, Mr. P, did you end up drinking yourself then? Did you? That's brilliant. I think that's great. That's a reason to go to Dublin, isn't it? Straight away, I want to go. I want to go. And of course, you've got the amazing welcome over in Ireland, of course, in Dublin, in the Republic, and in Belfast, in Northern Ireland as well. Wonderful. Belfast Fry, I could just do one of those right now, actually. This is going to be a great, great cruise. And actually, if you've been watching the latest Earth series with Chris Packham, and you've been learning more about the development of the Earth and how it all came together, then actually going to this part of the world is going to just have that new insight for you as well. I've been watching that. If you haven't seen it yet, go and watch it, because honestly, it is fascinating. It takes us back billions of years. Let's come back to today, though. Booking this right now. This is incredible. In and out of Dover, so no flying. So buy as much as you like while you're around and about in all of these different places. Bring as much shopping back as you like, because you just take it off the ship back in Dover. Look at this price, 1169 per person. That is blooming incredible for a 12-night cruise. That's less than £100 per person per night with the biggest cruise company there is on this planet. Incredible. You'll love it. You'll smile from one end to the other of the cruise as well. I can almost guarantee it. I love my time on Carnival, and I think you will as well, whether it's just you two as a couple or the whole family. Let's look at upgrades then, because that 12-night price is brilliant for inside, but oh no, yes, definitely. Straight to balcony, please, on that one. Definitely, wouldn't you? I mean, you're going to do some amazing cruising there and some quite scenic cruising, I would imagine, up in that part of the world as well. But always nice to have a balcony, isn't it? Just to go out first thing in the morning, or even last thing in the morning, actually. Have a late rise and sit out on the balcony, have breakfast sent to the room and all of that kind of caper. Oh, sounds lovely, doesn't it? 0800 953 4700 if you want to know more, or if you're ready to book right now. Lovely little itinerary, that one as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's amazing. We have a final offer for you coming up. Yes, and this is with the friendliest fleet afloat, Fred Olsen.
Oh, Fred Olsen.
Yes.
I took my first cruise on Fred Olsen, my very, very first cruise with Fred Olsen, and the service on board you're going to absolutely love. And I tell you what, that classic cruising experience and the way you are almost one big cuddle for the whole cruise. You're so looked after. And we are taking that experience to discover the scenic Amalfi Coast now. It's no flights to and from Liverpool. And this goes on the 17th of September. What? That's only a few weeks ago, isn't it?
Yeah. Last minute deal alert.
Okay, you're going to have to be very, very quick on this one then. So yeah, you'll have a really, really easy check-in at that wonderful check-in at Liverpool there, and you're on board Borealis with Fred Olsen. And you will just honestly, have you ever sailed Fred Olsen, Joe, yet?
I haven't, no.
Oh, I tell you what,
I've heard great things.
If you really want a nice switch-off holiday, one where you truly, truly relax and you have a really nice time, you can see how classically styled. The team on board will look after you impeccably and beautifully, and they will, I know it sounds like an old cliche, but they will know after they've met you the first time, your name, what you like to drink. You'll talk to them about them and their life. They'll ask you about your life and your travels, and you'll exchange stories, not just with the team on board, but with your fellow passengers as well.
I love that.
And look at how nicely styled this is.
Yeah, intimate. And let's not forget, this is a fleet with an amazing heritage dating back over 70 years. So they have been around a long time, and they've had that time to fine-tune their exceptional service and classic cruising experience. So like you said, Derek, it is all about, you know, the people you meet around the ship that you chat to, their stories, you know, a very kind of interesting and eclectic crowd, but also people that really enjoy the voyaging, not just the destination. So just like taking the ease in the everyday, enjoying your coffee and your book. Of course, they have all the fitness facilities on board if you like to go to the gym, or even just stroll around deck. That's a lovely thing to do. You know, you're at sea, just doing a lot of people like to get their steps in that way, and you've got the fresh sea air, of course. And then, of course, your spa treatments. But food, let's talk about that, because there's some delicious options on board. You've got the relaxed buffet. You have, of course, the big grand restaurant, the main restaurant, the grand two-tiered venue, and that's classically elegant, of course. You have also got your specialty options should you choose to do that. So it's just a wonderful experience of cruising, especially for those of you that like smaller numbers on your cruising experience. You don't like the big crowds. And
just jumping in very, very quickly, Joe, just to let you know that actually we teased this at the top of the show, but just to remind you, we're actually doing a half-price drinks offer on board, thanks to Fred Olsen on this offer. So we are out of Liverpool.
Yes, we are. We're heading straight into fabulous Malaga, one of the oldest cities in Spain that has been inhabited since the time of the Phoenicians. We're on into Cagliari next in beautiful Sardinia. You can head on a 4x4 excursion up to the mountains and see some beaches as well. That's a top pick for your excursion. And then on to Sorrento, which is a gorgeous town in its own right. But you are, of course, at the foot of incredible Pompeii with thousands of years of history. Next up, it's Salerno, and we actually have an overnight here. So if you've seen Pompeii, maybe in the last port, this will give you time to go and visit amazing Capri, home of the rich and famous, maybe Napoli with some of the best pizza on earth, or Mount Vesuvius. There's so much to see in this region, hence why we've given you an overnight. I love that. So yes, love that. Amalfi's up next. On the Amalfi Coast, of course, you have got Lots of natural beauty there, but I just love these, these wedding cake, they call them, cathedrals. Civitavecchia, that is the gateway to Rome. Now, whether you're heading on your own, which you can do, with dropping off by coach tour on the ship or on the train. Cartagena, Spain's up next, and this has 2,000 years of incredible history from the Romans. You can actually tour that amazing theatre, by the way, the Roman theatre. Now, a couple of days at Sea Caesars back into Liverpool. Again, you're strolling on and off with ease. You've got a wonderful, culturally rich itinerary, but at the same time, if you just want to relax and go to the beach in every port, you absolutely can.
This is such a popular cruise line, let me tell you. It becomes a real favourite. And actually, because there's smaller passenger numbers, I mean, you're looking at around about 1,300 passengers on board Borealis. It's a really nice, intimate affair. It's not crowded at all. It's a nice, intimate classic cruising experience. You will love it. You will love the service on board and the warmth of that service as well, and just how genuine and how real that service is. Beautifully prepared food, wonderfully taken care of in terms of your team on board as well. The entertainment is fantastic. Remember, this is in and out of Liverpool as well, so lots of shopping can be done up and down the Amalfi Coast here, and you can bring back as much as you like. And in terms of, if you've never cruised before, you can take as much luggage as you want. There's no weight limit. There might be per piece, but you can take multiple pieces of luggage with you. So your price tag to and from Liverpool across your 16 nights here, with the half price drinks offer as well, remember, is that price there on your screen, which is incredible if you think about, really, this is like home from home. This is like being looked after by a wonderful, warm team of people on board. You'll know if you've already sailed with Fred Olsen just how genuine and incredible their offering is, and there is so much of that offering. You'll come back thinking, I don't want to go home now. I want to stay here forever. It's wonderful. It's like a little haven. Let's have a look at the details then for upgrading, if you want to upgrade to your ocean view or indeed to your balcony there as well. Now, just a reminder of where you're going here as well. So you're going to and from Liverpool, of course, so that's no fly. You do Malaga in Spain, Cagliari in Sardinia, and then up or down the Amalfi Coast. Can't remember whether you go up or down on this one. Into Sorrento, you've got your overnight in Salerno. Amalfi itself is one of the ports, and then you go into the port for Rome and back by Cartagena in Spain, and then back into Liverpool. 16 fabulous nights of classic cruising there on the wonderful Borealis. You are going to enjoy it indeed. If you want to know more, 0800 953 4700. Now, thank you for your wonderful reviews that you very, very kindly take the time to put onto our Trustpilot here at Cruise1st. I want to share a couple with you. First, from John in, either in Eccles or that's his second name, I'm not sure. First time I've used Cruise1st, and the customer service provided by Mary was exceptional. She was thorough, experienced, and just there to respond even late at night. Her ability in actioning requests almost immediately was outstanding. Because of Mary, I will return in the future to Cruise1st. Good news. Thank you so much, John, for that one.
Linda has said, when I made inquiries about our cruise, David was great. He explained everything I needed to know. He did everything he could to accommodate what we wanted. This is our second big holiday with Cruise1st, and everything is what we wanted. Amazing.
Fantastic. That's really, really good. And actually, you know what? You can see all of our Trustpilot reviews as well, which are on the link from our website. You'll see on our website at the top, you see the list of stars. You see it on lots of websites these days, and that will link you to our Trustpilot reviews. And everything's there, the good, the bad, and the ugly as well. You know, in travel, to keep a very, very high rating on reviews is difficult work. It's a big ask.
I'd say it's worth its weight in gold when you get good Trustpilot reviews.
Well, it's testament to our amazing team as well, who really, not everything goes 100% right, but it's how we deal with that and how we sort it out that really makes the difference.
Absolutely. We really want you to have the best travel experience and come back time and time again. So be prepared to have that incredible, familiar, inviting and really taken care of experience when you call and get dialing.
Absolutely. Talking of familiar, you'll see us again in just a couple of minutes.
See you soon.